McNutt, man, she felt like everything was adjudicated perfectly last night when it came to the Indiana Fever and Suns game, man, and y'all won't believe what she said.
Ohio State. Then you got Marina Mabrey, who is a little bit of an enforcer in the league. I use that air quotes around that term, but she's someone who is a high level of competitor. And then you've got Lexi Held as well, going to the rescue of her teammate in Caitlin Clark. So to me, you know me, I tend to lean on the emotions of competition. Adjudicated fairly, we move on.
The WNBA is facing another wave of controversy, but this time, it's not just on the court. In the broadcast booth, ESPN analyst Marina McNutt delivered a tone-deaf, biased, and frankly unsettling defense of player violence that's raising serious eyebrows far beyond the basketball world.
The Fever hosting the Sun. Now, it's gotten chippy between these teams before, and last night it really did. First off, here's just some Caitlin being Caitlin and knocking down threes.
She's been great since she's been back after that injury. Saturday, they knocked off the Liberty in the Commissioner's Cup, and she's picking off where she left off. Obviously, you know how lethal she is from behind the three-point line.
3 threes in the first half for Caitlin, 12 points. Then here's where it starts to get chippy. Tell us what we see here. Fever up by 10. Clark is backing down J.C. Sheldon. We got a foul. She's going to get hit in the face right around here. She doesn't like it. Now we got shoving. Now we got Marina Mabrey knocking her to the ground. What happens here?
While Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White was delivering a scathing critique of lead officiating after Tuesday night's chaotic 88-71 win over the Connecticut Sun, Marina McNutt was on ESPN, essentially defending the very behavior that's turned women's basketball into target practice against its biggest star.
This incident with Caitlin Clark that happened, so during the game, this is what started the whole, well, I think it has started before this. They were playing scrappy the whole game. This team's very scrappy. It didn't really change much since Stephanie White left. You know, the new coach is doing the same shit as far as like scrappy physicality. This happened with Cece. So she got hit in the face, as you can see. She hit the shit out of her face. Like, she damn near punched the girl, bumped into her, and then Marina, like, this is crazy, bro. And nobody.
The Fever Sun matchup wasn't just another intense game. It was a textbook example of how bias, bad officiating, and media complicity can collide to create a storm of injustice that undercuts everything the WNBA claims to stand for.
The guy brought up, she was poked in the eye, hit in the face. But Monica absolutely ignores that, right? And has nothing negative to say about Marina Mabrey shoving Caitlin Clark over. Says it's a part of competition. What is competitive about that? What is competitive about somebody blindsiding somebody and
The spark that lit this firestorm came in the third quarter, with Caitlin Clark operating near the top of the key, closely guarded by Connecticut's JCS Sheldon. What followed wasn't just physical. It was a calculated escalation, exposing the ugly truth. The league's biggest star continues to be targeted, and no one's being held accountable.
You got one player, one valuable asset. You have one star that you should be protecting at all costs. And how does the WNBA treat her? They constantly attack her, they poke her in the eye, then they take cheap shots when she's...
If you're enjoying this, please subscribe. During the third quarter, Sheldon, later cited by officials for unnecessary contact with window, deliberately poked Caitlin Clark in the eye. The act was so blatant that even casual viewers recognized it had crossed the line from tough defense into something far more malicious. Clark's response was instinctive. She clutched her face in pain, and when Sheldon kept pressing, she pushed him away in natural self-defense.
Actually, after poking Caitlin in the eye, she walks up to her and like bumps her chest on Caitlin, which is why Caitlin shoved Sheldon off of her, right? That's why she shoved her off, because she's sitting here bumping her chest after poking her in the eye. Sheldon in the wrong the entire time right here, and Caitlin getting her off of her, and then here come Marina Mabrey shoving her. Why? Because your team made...
But this wasn't just a heated basketball moment. It became a case study in how the WNBA's systemic issues have normalized targeting star players. Marina Mabrey, who had no reason to be involved, blindsided Caitlin Clark with a body check from behind, sending the league's biggest draw crashing to the floor. The crowd's reaction was instant and overwhelming, not just boos, but a visceral sense that something deeply wrong had just happened. This wasn't passion. It was the recognition that a line had been clearly deliberately crossed.
You're defending Marina Mabrey for Madden hit sticking Caitlin Clark to the floor, saying that she's just protecting her teammate. For one, it involved Caitlin Clark and JC Sheldon. They had their little spiel before that. And then JC Sheldon scratches Clark in the face, then invades her space after that. Clark pushes her away because of that. And then Marina Mabrey comes get involved and Madden hit sticks her to the floor, man. And y'all just like...
After a review that dragged on like a Supreme Court case, the officials finally emerged with a ruling that defied logic, precedent, and basic common sense. Sheldon was given a flagrant foul for the eye poke. Fair enough, considering how intentional it was. But then came the real shock. Caitlin Clark, who had just been poked in the eye and blindsided by a body check, was kicked with a technical foul. Let that sink in. The player who was physically assaulted twice in seconds was penalized for her reaction. According to crew chief Ashley Gloss, Clark's unsportsmanlike response to being poked in the eye was worthy of a tech, because apparently flinching in pain now qualifies as misconduct.
Some of this drama with Caitlin Clark is being manufactured. Just to be clear, I'm not saying Caitlin Clark is manufacturing the drama. Obviously, she doesn't need to rely on gimmicks to generate mainstream attention. But the rest of the pretend basketball players in the WNBA, the only way they can generate interest, the only way they can see their name in the headlines is by attacking Caitlin Clark. And I'm starting to wonder if it's...
Even more outrageous was how Marina Mabrey's hit was handled. Her blindside body check on Caitlin Clark was so blatant, many expected an immediate ejection. Instead, just a technical foul, and she stayed in the game. Officials ruled that Mabrey's hit didn't meet the criteria for a flagrant foul or ejection. The message couldn't have been clearer. If a hard foul happens during a real basketball play, it's serious. But if it's a targeted cheap shot on a star player, just a tech. In that moment, the league's officiating effectively created a two-tier justice system, one where protecting a lead is treated as more important than protecting the players.
Went into deciding Marina should get a technical instead of something more severe like an ejection. She said the contact made by Mabrey did not rise to the level of ejection. How the fuck does that not rise to a level of ejection? Can someone explain that to me? I think even in the NBA that might have been an ejection. I think both of them would have got ejected. She said additionally it did not meet the criteria for flagrant one foul penalty too. So what does? Right? Question, why did Caitlin Clark get a technical foul? After the foul by Sheldon, Clark reached in an unsportsmanlike manner towards Sheldon. What type of sense? Yo, she got hit in the eye. And did in one angle, it looks like she got damn near punched. And then she trying to get up. She trying to get the girl off her. The girl attacks at her. And then Marina comes and knocks her down. That's crazy.
While the officials failed to protect players, Sophie Cunningham stepped into the role someone had to fill. With under a minute left and the Fever leading 87-70, Sheldon secured a steal and sprinted toward what should have been a routine layup. But Cunningham, having watched her teammate be targeted with no real consequences, made a decision. Rather than give up an easy basket in a game already decided, she wrapped up Sheldon with a hard foul, ruled a flagrant 2, and earning her an ejection. Was it excessive? Maybe. But it was also the kind of response that happens when officials lose control and players are forced to protect each other. The message wasn't subtle, and it echoed across the league.
Is getting called vile and disgusting for dropping JC Sheldon to the floor and dragging her by the hair. So Sophie Cunningham can't stick up for her teammate, or else it's vile and disgusting. But Marina Mabrey could get involved in something that didn't involve her, and it's just she was protecting her teammate. The Caitlin Clark hate is a contact sport. It's not, bro. This is not football. This is not hockey where you can fight, man. There's a reason why when you make contact, it's a foul, it's a flagrant, or you get ejected, man. If y'all want to see violence, go watch UFC, go watch boxing. This is not what you do in basketball, man. And then people want to keep being like, did you see what happened to Michael Jordan? It doesn't make it right either, man. Like, just because Jordan went through something, it doesn't make it right. This is not basketball, man. This is just straight out physicality and fighting, man. It's goofy. We don't want to see this shit, man. Like, you people do all these mental gymnastics because y'all hate Caitlin Clark so much. That's why I said